I'm a 15-year-old boy from the UK. I don't know why I feel the need to mention that, but I don't understand why I do anything now. My life was so normal. I went to school, hung out with friends and did all the normal stuff people my age do. What I believe to be 28 days ago, I woke up in the night. I checked my phone and it read 1:13. I didn't feel tired enough to go back to sleep, so I decided to go on my phone and listen to music for a bit. Afterwards, I checked my phone again. 1:13. Maybe I misread it last time? I decided I should go back to sleep. When I woke up, the clock still read 1:13. I knew I saw the same time earlier. It was still completely dark out. It was at this point I started to panic. I like to have everything explained to some degree, and not being able to think of an excuse for my situation was stressing me. I remembered that my parents were in the room down the hall. I decided that I should seek their help. I entered their room and my heart dropped. They weren't there. Their bed was empty. My dog's bed was also empty. I run into my sister's room and was greeted by the same thing, an empty bed. Maybe they're all downstairs? Downstairs was empty as well. No one. Nothing. Silence. I started to feel lightheaded. I was hyperventilating and struggling to catch my breath. At some point, I fainted. When I awoke, it was still dark. The house was still empty. The clock still read 1:13. Something was very wrong. I needed help. I called 999 in the hopes that I could get some help. The phone picked up, but it was just static on the other end. I was desperate now. I put some clothes on and left the house. I knocked on my neighbor's door. When my fist made contact with it, it flung open. Why was their door unlocked? A part of me hoped this was a sign that they were still there, but I was mistaken. Another empty house. I spent the next several hours searching the houses near mine, and everything was the same. Emptiness. Each house was in pristine condition, yet no one lived in them. After searching for a while, I looked behind me to see a figure in the distance. It was pale white. Its arms were abnormally long and it had no hands. Just sharp points at the end of its arms. It also had no legs, meaning it was a torso and featureless head walking around with its arms. This thing horrified me. I stared at it for a while, but it did nothing. It didn't move once. Maybe I'm just seeing things, loneliness is getting to me or something. I grew tired of searching, so I went back home and slept. When I woke up, can you guess? 1:13, still empty. I started searching again. For anything or anyone. I also got hungry, so I stopped for some food at the full but empty 7-Eleven. I started calling phone numbers. They all did the same thing. They picked up, but it was just static. I also saw that thing again, only it felt like it was closer to me. Only by like a meter, but it was closer. The next few weeks, or what felt like weeks, I couldn't tell since it was always 1:13, went the same. I looked, I ate, I called, and I saw the thing again. Every time I saw it, I felt like it was closer. After some time, I started hearing a faint static. It was coming from that thing. The same static I heard when I called a number. I can only assume that it was picking up the phone. The static kept getting louder as the thing got closer to me over time. I hated the feeling this thing gave me. Hearing the static does something to me. This has been my life for the last month, I think. I'm only writing this because the power shut down a few hours ago. That thing is right behind me. All I can hear is static. I'm using the last of my phone battery to write this as I sit in pure darkness, hearing nothing but static. What happened? How do I make it out? Please help me.